What up, Houston Texans fans? Progress report time. Yes, it is that time. 6 weeks in. What do we know about the Texans yet? What questions do we still have? You look at the team, we are 5-1. It looks really good. Week 1, played the Colts, won 29-27. Week 2, played the Bears, won 19-13. Week 3, we try to forget that week. It was 34-7 against the Vikings. We got destroyed. Week 4, the Jags, 24-20. And week 5, Bills, 23-20. And of course, the last week that we remember, week 6, Patriots, 41-21. First win in Foxborough ever.
Oh yeah.
Um, are things looking up? Things looking sideways? Things looking down?
Well, I took notes. Fuck that shit. I'm high.
Okay.
Here's how I see it, bro. You ain't played good all year. You're kind of you don't even. We can't even like assess our gameplay. To be honest with you, so I'm gonna go off of what I know. Right. In the investment world, there's three letters that everybody wants to know: ROI, return on investment. If we're giving out progress reports, I'm sending fucking Casario home with a star. His mama gets to know that he gets a star, son. Because he spent money well and he drafted well. Straight up. Diggs, good signing. Daniil Hunter, good signing. Fatsasaki, good signing. All the D linemen, good signing. All the draft picks. You start three rookies. You did your fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's good shit to me. So I have no issues with that. Good job for Casario. All right, what else do we look at? Player development. So I'm about sick and tired of hearing about D'Amico and Slowik, to be honest with you, because they both piss me off. And if you say anything about them, somebody got some stupid shit to say, like they can do no wrong. But until I got a fucking Super Bowl, they haven't done enough right. But I will give a shit ton of fucking credit to Matt Burke, the D coordinator, D line coach, and the rest of those positional coaches, because there's just people you thought you would have a fucking problem from that you didn't. When was the last time you heard something bad about Kenyon Green? He's just doing his job. Xavier Hutchins doing his job. Like there's just a ton of guys doing their job. The D line, the whole D line's a fucking monster. That's why I was like, Matt Burke got to get love, bro. Nobody says shit about him. So as far as player development, young and old, scheme fit and shit, good job. You get a sticker also for me. Um, yeah, for real. But then I look at it and it's like, all right, we have like we have like what I would call foundational instability. What I mean by that is like there's just foundation pieces on this team that at the bare minimum I expected a good job from, if not above average, that hasn't been there. I.e., Laramie Tunsil showing up out of shape and having a shit ton of fucking penalties. Jimmy Ward fucking always getting hurt and make me question whether or not you're scheme fit. And where the fuck is Dalton Schultz? I was like, he's in the upside down on Stranger Things, I think. Like, where the fuck are you, dude? Like, seriously, like, those are three guys that you expected to be, like, solid, and they're just not. And that's a fucking problem to me. So I give them a fucking no star, no sticker for them fools.
What's
And
that?
then
Do they get to see me
also,
after class?
no, because I mean, there's times they did show up, they've done some good, but it's just like I expected you to do better, right?
Sad
Yeah, you
face.
get no, like because like think about it. Tunsil showed up out of shape, but it's because he didn't get no live reps in preseason or nothing. But you could tell he's getting into shape, right? Dalton Schultz did really well the other day. He just didn't have. There you go. And Jimmy
Live
Ward,
on time.
he's actually the one who played the most, but I'd be willing to cut first. So I don't give you a sad face, but you get a bitch. You better get it together. Your report card is gonna be bad. You know what I mean?
If Tunsil gets a
So
red
as far
claw,
as like foundation and structure, I give those guys a fucking like a C plus, right? And then it comes down to the other two dickheads that nobody likes to talk about. CJ Stroud and Bobby Slowett. And I give them an incomplete. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're 5-1 for one, so you really can't bitch about too much. And two, it's not a report card; it's a progress report. And then three, it's really hard to forget the fact you have a second year quarterback and a second year play caller. So like, why don't we just stop fighting each other and y'all figure it the fuck out? Because two heads are always better than one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lastly, the only positions that get A plus 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 special teams. I believe no, seriously, you're
No,
fucking
yeah.
laughing. I believe
No,
special teams. There's 3 Pro Bowlers on it already. The
Yeah.
special teams constantly putting us in a position for short yardage possessions, and I mean between special teams and defense, that's why we're 5-1, not because of the offense. To be honest, so I give the team as a whole a B plus.
Yeah.
One of the.
I-
You can go.
I was gonna say, yeah, the special teams for sure. You have to give them an A plus plus plus. That's why I laughed because I was like, it has to be special team. So
I mean, Frank Ross has always done really well with that team in itself, on that actual unit. But I mean, the guys that he's putting in there, the guys that they're moving away from special teams to fill in for positions, then putting him and he's filling those spots up. I mean, having to go back to Sims from Robert Woods, and they're doing well. Um,
But even then, I believe you have a top 5 kicker, top 5 punter, right? You have probably one of the best defensive special teams player in all of football, Neville Hewitt. Like the dude's just a tackle machine on special teams. So you're good. You have the best long snapper in fucking football. All right, like that shit is legit, bro. Like our special teams helps us a lot.
so go, offense couldn't do it. I got you. I'm gonna put it right over there. Tommy Town. I got you, bruh. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, I mean, you got, of course, the injuries. Nico Collins out. I mean, you're gonna have injuries. We'll figure out what happens with injury reports for the next week in our other video. You get D'Amico Autry back. You lose Mario Edwards for suspension for
Easy
allegedly
peasy.
doing
Fix
the
it.
same thing.
yeah, allegedly.
You just switch them out pretty much.
As I say, you're like you got off of it, you got on it, you come back. It ain't a big
It's like
thing.
tag, bro. All right, there you go. I'll sit out these next 4 games. I mean, it's just when it comes to the team as a whole. For me, it's like there is still a lot of questions when it comes to these tougher games, which we're gonna find out, especially in these next 5 games coming up, what we're really about. If we're as healthy as we are, what that means you, Joe Mixon playing, then I'll feel a little bit more at ease, knowing that we can run a damn ball. But all in all, it's just, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I can't really complain too much with a 5-1 record. You're one of the only 3 teams with a record of 5 wins.
Yes.
At this point, it's kind of just like nitpicking because we're winning, but something different every week.
We want greatness, so we can nitpick. We did this with the Astros.
No,
So,
I want an
like,
identity. Give me an identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck are... Like, I know we can play defense and special teams, but, like, who are we on offense?
we are the Titans, the mighty Titans.
Oh.
I don't really know who we are because you brought it up. Slowick and CJ seem to be, I don't say bumping heads, but they seem to be in that 2-year sophomore slump where they're kind of like, okay, well, do we do your way? Do we do my way? Do we do your way? Do we do my way? Because it's like there's even more eyes on you, and it's like, well, if they're scheming for you because they have more film on you now, then how are you? Oh, you may want to do it this way because you're CJ Stroud and you have the tangibles and tools to do it. But Slowick's probably like, no, we need to do it this way because we have Joe Mixon and we have this and do that.
I feel like it's more of a philosophical bend to that in the sense like one player wants to be reckless, one player wants to play it safe. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, no, for instance, like there's no reason that we couldn't play like what Detroit did yesterday. is they implemented so much power run, but then they got wide fucking open and they threw the ball around on the Cowboys like they were playing catch. There's no reason we can't play that same way because they weren't restricted in any way. And I feel like we're just as talented as them, if not a little bit more.
Yeah, they were throwing passes to offensive linemen and shit. That was wild.
My point is we didn't take one deep shot yesterday. Not fucking uno. Not one. You know what I'm saying? But yet, I had to hear 6 people today talk about how wrong I am because Damian Pierce scored a touchdown. Fuck you. Tell him to do it again. When was the last time he got it? You know what I mean? Like, that's not who we are. Your backbone is not on Damian Pierce. So, like, who are we?
We are. I don't know.
The Texans with a question mark?
That's like when your teacher's like, you have potential to be so great, but you're lazy because you just draw on your paper. Like, you're getting the work done. The work is being done. You're coasting through it, but you could be in.
What I mean by that is not to harp on it again. Look at the fucking Chiefs, right? Is they have a phenomenal O line and run game. You'll never associate that with that's who they are. Not when you have a quarterback who could do it out with a football and people who can get open. You know what I mean? So you know that they're a passing team, and you better get on your fucking heels and hoof it because we're gone.
So
Not sit here and try to fucking run the ball 40 times a game when that's just not to our strength. I feel like you have an O-line built to pass protect and a quarterback who could pass probably better than anybody but Pat Mahomes, to be honest with you.
And you got your running back that can catch the damn ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, utilize that shit. Like, if freaking Andy Dalton can utilize Chuba Hubbard, there's no damn reason CJ can't utilize Joe Mixon in the pass game. Like,
We had passing touchdown yesterday, so I ain't tripping on it, but like, it just felt like we were playing in a box and not using the field to me.
It reminds me of when we watch certain teams and we're like, oh, they're being super conservative. Like, they're not trying to win the game; they're making sure they don't lose the game.
And for the record, when I say the person that was being conservative in that scenario, it's CJ, not Slow.
Yeah, no, I know you're saying CJ.
Yeah.
Well, he's thrown an interception that one game you called it, and then he basically almost threw another one. He threw another.
He threw 2 in that game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's his head. I don't know if it's because he hung out with the Cowboys. Because you look how they play.
No, it's his. I told you yesterday, it's his mechanics. He threw that Dalton Schultz ball on the run, but you still could have thrown it in front of him. Like, he was just flat-footed yesterday. I just didn't feel like he was throwing the ball like a fucking like CJ throws the ball. Because he wasn't. It was apparent to me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Just be more consistent, CJ. Tell that motherfucker you got to go out there and throw the ball 40 times a game for us to be elite. And that should be his mindset. That's an identity. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter who Josh Allen's running back is. You worry about him coming out there slinging that bitch. You know what I mean? That's an identity. We don't have that.
Who in these next 6 weeks? I mean, looking at, we have Packers next, Colts. Jets.
I know the question you're about to ask, and I have this on that note that I threw back there. By the time we get to our bye week, either Derek Stingley or Will Anderson Jr. will be a superstar in this league.
I wasn't going to ask that, but
touchdown.
All right. Well, you say Will Anderson, Derek Stingley. Who you got, Caleb? Who you think's going to be that guy?
Man, I want it to be CJ, honestly, but I mean,
pick it up, CJ.
Yeah, I already enough.
I know they are, but I need him to actually like prove that
400.
he has the right to have them on his dick like that.
Whoa.
No, I kind of want it to be Joe Mixon. He's back, and I need him to stay healthy and just keep doing what he's been doing whenever he has played.
You're asking for that.
I know, but at the same time, he, like I told y'all before, he's been 1,000-yard rusher multiple times, and hopefully he can fucking ball out like that this year.
What? The
Get us some more
he's played, the 2 out of the 4, he's been amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say he hasn't done bad, but
yeah, he did good in the one that he got hurt in too until he got hurt.
Hopefully we can get 6 out of the 6.
Are you foreshadowing with that statement?
I'm just saying. Look, my pick is gonna be. I don't know why y'all always hate Damian Pierce. No, just kidding. Um, no, I don't know. Like, I hope he stays healthy. Like, for me, he's not my pick though. I understand. D'Amico said Joe Mixon is. He just brings something else to the team when he's out there running. And
Yes, it's called uncertainty. When you have fucking Dare, you know we're about to pass out of the backfield. When you have Pierce, we're about to run out of the backfield.
yes,
When you have Mixon, I leave you guessing.
It's both things.
Versatility's a son of a bitch.
what? Hey, yeah.
Yep.
I'm
The
gonna-
only other person that I would put a tag on would be Callum Bullock, because the dude already probably has the numbers to be defensive rookie of the year, and he's just out there taking balls from quarterbacks.
He's just flying under the radar.
And I don't want to be the one that told you so, because that's not my style, but I fucking told y'all that that dude was going to be good.
The ball.
Not y'all, but everybody else.
The Bauhaus. No, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with Nick Caserio because you've been saying that they're gonna end up making a trade, and the Kamari
I feel
Lassiter
it.
injury and all these other injuries to linebackers. Nick's not one to sit back and just let's see what we got. Nick's gonna be on the phone and be like, with that little toothpick in his mouth, and be like,
I mean, you got to command your lead on the division. Do what you got to do to keep it.
yeah,
And also, in my personal opinion, it's shown that you don't have the talent there in depth for depth. So, like, if I told you I'm bringing somebody in to, unless Okuda comes back, because Okuda could perform. If anybody fucking knows where he went, I don't even know if he's on the team.
I don't even know if he's at either. Between Okuda, Christian Harris, and
I believe you'll get a sneaky Christian Harris report that say he's just gonna be there one day.
probably, yeah, I haven't heard anything from Jeff Okuda. Now I think that.
Me neither. That's the only reason I think we haven't made a trade for corner.
Injured reserve September 11th.
Yep.
What,
Yeah, I was gonna
what
say
the
he's on
fuck
my
does that mean?
So he was injured, and that's why they signed Desmond King.
I haven't seen him either. I haven't seen him on the sideline. I ain't seen him on the field. He ain't kicking punts, returning punts. I haven't seen him. I don't know where he's at.
There's a lot of people we haven't seen on the team. I'm like, where's this
Exactly.
guy at? Where's this guy? There's a few people we've seen a little too much of. Talking about you, Cade Stover, but
Yeah, no.
you're a rookie still. I'm like, hey. We haven't seen my boy Kale. But it's okay. But nah, I think Nick, he makes some trades. I think they're not gonna.
I feel a trade coming.
I feel two, and then I don't think they're gonna be something major. If it's something major, I'm like, let's go. But if it's not, I trust Nick to. What does he always do? Bargain bin goes into the freaking. Buy one.
I don't believe it's going to be a major trade either, because you're just not going to you're not going to do it at linebacker because you already pay Aziz, right? Harris will be back, Toto, he'll be back, and then
Aziz
it's just up to Okuda. Like, if he can come back, you don't get a corner. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you told me that I could take a swing at a player like fucking Jalen Ramsey or something, I would consider it.
That would be tight. People, please stop saying that we need the fucking trade for Devontae Adams.
If
That's-
we can't do shit with Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell, there's no reason to go trade assets for another damn fucking.
Stephon Diggs is so underrated right now, bro. He's so underrated. He leads us in catches. Like, what
Yep.
the fuck are people talking about? Even when Nico Collins, when he got hurt at the end of that game, he was down by one catch.
Also,
All Nico had
the
was the
other-
yards.
The other thing I wanted to tell people to stop saying, I haven't said it to y'all yet, but with Mario Edwards going out, people were saying they need to call JJ Watt up.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Stop saying that too. Like,
JJ specifically said, only call me if you need me because of injuries. And it's not even the same freaking position. The same shit when they were like Henry Toa's out and Aziz Al-Shahir called J.J. Watt. Learn the positions first. Learn the damn positions of what he played. Like, what's next? Brian Cushing? We need him back because linebackers are hurt. Like, come on, bro.
No, we need him back so we can fucking have people do steroids.
Rockets should call
getting
Hakeem
caught.
Olajuwon because they need another center. Like, come on.
Where the fuck is Moochie Norris?
Oy.
Astros need a third baseman soon, probably. So we
Where the fuck is Morgan Ginsburg?
See, this is Houston. There's we can't be. Don't be Cowboys fans. They want to trade for everybody right now. All right.
I don't want to trade for anybody. I just want to do shit a little bit different.
Want to do different stuff a little bit differently. Get healthy. Stay healthy.
That would help. That would help even more.
Like, we get healthy, I'm fine because it's like, all right, cool, but all right.
Yeah, I'm alive. You still get if you get healthy, I still want another cornerback.
Yes, depth. I want depth, and he usually does that. Nick usually does it. He did that last year. He got some O-line depth. He got some other depth. He got some guys off of the. I know you got to wait for some guys to get cut and shit. So I know he's not going to sit pat, but Steven Sims, you're getting kicked off this team one way or another one day. But
that's why I wonder where Desmond King is. I don't know. I think Steven Sims made up for it in this game.
No, there was a few times he bobbled that ball, and I was like,
yeah, but he took a ball from the 30 to the 30 and put us in field goal range right off the rip. And I was like, damn it, son, that's the motherfucker I thought you were. Not that dumbass doing 2 weeks worth of dumb shit.
Let's keep it up. Fuck.
Some of the kids over there off of Kirby need to do better. Some of y'all keep it up. Got a tough one in Green Bay. We'll be doing a video on that if you made it to this point. Like, subscribe, drop your comments down below if you agree with us. We'll be having that video out soon when the injury report comes out. Be on the lookout. Much love, Houston. Enjoy hot weather for a few more. And you get a cold front. And the cold front will bring 6 wins for the Texans in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And if y'all bring us Halloween candy, I like Twix.
Oh, I love Twix. That's my favorite.
Left to right.
Don't care. Twix is Twix.
No, it tastes the same.
Cascade and chocolate, they're different, right?
No, they're not.
All right. We're out of here, Houston. All love. Bring me a Snickers.